What's up, and welcome to Double Crown Talk Time, starring us, Double Crown.
Threw me off.
Yeah, you're drinking.
I was.
Watermelon. You've been drinking.
I've been drinking.
Anyways, this is a show where we talk about stuff that's happening in the games industry, games, pretty much whatever we want to talk about, really.
Dark Souls 3!
That's today's topic.
Yeah, sorry.
Dark Souls 3.
Sorry,
It's right there. Read it and weep.
That's him. That's me. What swords are those?
Skymatars.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the correct pronunciation. People don't really realize that, but
It's like this. It's like how people say Smog's name in the game wrong.
yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's pronounced small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't just.
It's a British word. You got to say it.
Small. You can't even say it.
Because the Victorian era, they put a lot of soot
That makes
in the air,
sense, yeah.
And everybody,
Let's just cough.
yeah,
when
they
they
go-
small.
yeah. And it just carried down through the ages.
Yeah.
Small. Can't even do it.
Jesus. So yeah, Dragon Souls 3.
Dragon Souls. Dragon
It's been a long
Souls.
day, you guys. I've been playing Dark Souls 3 all day long.
I've been playing Dark Souls 3.
Pretty much constantly since it came out.
Yeah.
So I did a 24-hour stream. Matt was there as well. He wasn't playing it. Well, he was playing it, but he wasn't on the stream.
I was 7 hours behind you.
Yeah. An hour. Now I'm like 2 hours ahead of you. But that's because of today.
Yeah.
Or roughly 2 hours. I did a lot of extra stuff.
Yeah.
Because of that platinum trophy. If you don't know how much we like trophies, go watch our trophy episode.
They're pretty good.
They're cool.
They're good for the Dark Souls games.
Yeah.
From Software. Getting my goat.
They
every
make
time.
them hard. Except for Bloodborne. I mean, it was still hard, but fucking Fire Dog, man. But we're not here to talk about Bloodborne.
We're here to talk about Dark Souls 3. Today's topic on Double Crown Talk Time.
If you didn't know. Yeah, so Dark Souls 3. I guess this is kind of our review. I don't know.
It's way too late for initial impressions,
Yeah.
but
I mean, between our characters, I've got 70 hours in.
yeah, that sounds about right.
Like 60 and then 10 on the other, roughly. Yeah.
I'm at like 54
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
On my main,
Yeah.
which is my only right now.
Oh, you don't have an alt? No.
I'm gonna get to New Game Plus
Plus 3?
before I start a new character, unless I get really bored.
Yeah.
So I guess let's start with what are your thoughts on the game? What do you think about Dark Souls 3?
I think it's fun.
So are we gonna?
Okay.
Are we spoilers or no? Should we dance around topics, avoid names and such?
I mean, I don't know most of their names, the characters. So,
I think that might be worse because then you have to describe them.
well, yeah. I mean, there's
Okay,
Andre
so-
the Giant. There's
What?
Andre the Giant.
Who is that?
He's hammering.
No, that's Andre the Blacksmith.
He's big.
He's normal size.
He's a big man.
He's buff.
Yeah.
He's buff.
Bruff. He's bruff, bruh.
Okay, so if you haven't
So,
played
yeah,
Dark
I don't
Souls
know their
3,
names. Yeah.
don't watch this video.
I mean, you can watch it.
If you care about spoilers, do not watch this video.
The games aren't about lore.
That's where you're wrong.
That's where I'm correct.
Nice.
There are some nice throwbacks in this game, but it's not a spoiler.
Yeah, it is.
You're not there because it's cool to see Anne Orlando again. You're not like that's not why you play the game. You're not playing Dark Souls being like, oh man, I hope like we can put a close to the story.
I am.
That's not why you bought the game. That is not why you bought the game.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, dude.
No one you don't play.
You can't say no one buys the games for the story because there are people out
Sure,
there
okay.
who care about
But
the story.
You like your average person isn't like, oh fuck, I can't wait about the story. You're playing the games because they're fun to play. Not
And the story.
no. That's
Yeah, yeah.
the side part.
Nah.
Yes.
That's a pretty big part for me.
For you, sure, but you fucking watch like 9 hours of British man talking about lore videos online.
And that's fine. Other people do too.
That's fine
You
too.
can't disregard people because they do that.
Right, but I'm saying that's not why people play these games.
You can't make such a broad statement like that.
I can make that statement.
Well, you're wrong about it.
No.
So getting back on topic, what did you think about the game?
Thought it's a great game.
Okay. Can you elaborate?
It's fun.
What did you like about the game?
I liked that the pacing was great. Like as far as the combat, super fun. Enemies are hard. I'm playing through New Game Plus, and it's hard again, which is like really frustrating.
Are you still one-shotting guys?
No.
Now it's back to normal?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the most part.
You still feel strong, but you're not like, I can't die.
I mean, yeah, no, everything can kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Even the things that I one-shot can still kill me. That's the difference, is like, even if it's easy for me to kill them, like, they can still very easily, like, wreck me.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Like the big saw guys, like always dealt.
Guys.
They always dealt a lot of damage. You know what I mean? But like before, they never felt very lethal. Whereas like now, it's like I can't get hit more than twice, or I'm fucked. But I also kill them in 3 hits. So it's basically whoever gets the hit first. You know what I mean? Like if I get hit, I have to roll away and like drink an SS flask and reset the fight, and then go in from there. So
I'm not looking forward to the witches in the prison.
Yeah, I know those will probably suck, but I don't know because they like their whole thing is like that health drain. Will it be faster? You know what I mean?
I mean, they hit hard. Have you been hit by them?
No, they just do the health drain thing. They've never touched me.
They brand you.
Oh no, I have been that. Yeah, they did get me with that. I forgot about that.
Every time that hit me, it killed me.
Yeah.
I did find out that they can only drop you to like 10% health, though.
Yeah.
They can't kill you doing that.
No, it gets very small.
Yeah. Very small health.
But yeah, no, I'm not pumped for that either. But I think enemies like that will be fine. Like the little like hollow dudes in there will probably be 1-hit kills.
More than likely.
They will like,
except for the ones that the worms pop out of their bellies and they're like,
yeah, they like,
what's up?
Yeah, they kind of wave at you.
Yeah, they do this with their head.
They're like, yeah, they'll be fine, I think. But yeah, the witch people, that'll suck. I have to get that NPC out of there. Her name is Witch Lady.
Carla.
Spoilers. Carla. She's a crow.
Yeah, she is.
Really?
Yeah. No.
The way you said it, Carla, like sounded like Carla.
She's got a pointed hat though, which could be interpreted as a beak.
Yep. Lore. Oh boy. Lore, more like boar.
Like the pig helmet from the first game.
That's the only good piece of lore. See, so this is the thing that
what lore is the pig helmet from?
It's an awesome pig. Why do we have Lucatiel armor in the third one? Because she's a cool NPC.
It just happened.
Yeah, things happen. Like, it's cool stuff.
You can make up a story.
That's the cool. So this is what I mean by no one. I would never buy these games for the lore. Okay, I would. It's cool to see. When I went to Anne Orlando, when I saw Anne Orlando, I was like, "Oh fuck, this is really neat." And I think this is part of, and not anymore as part of being New Game Plus. Right now, I'm pretty much just playing it to get that platinum, and because it's fun, and keep leveling up. I can try new weapons and maybe get some spells or pyro. Who fucking knows what I'll do. But it was really cool when I saw Anne Orlando for the first time. Like I was like, "Oh fuck, this is really neat." And then you go to the dead giant from Dark Souls 1, and he's got his cold there, and I'm like, "Oh, that's like you can tell that they went into this saying like, this is the last one." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People were, a lot of the, revisionist history. Everyone's like, "Oh, Dark Souls 2 wasn't that bad," with like you and Ian being like, "It's not that bad." I mean, I don't know. I think playing it before it was fine, but like playing 3 now makes it look like shit. In my opinion, like I would never ever like we're doing the Let's Play. I never want to play that game. That's why you're doing the Let's Play. Like I don't want to play it again, especially now. Like we're gonna have to go back and record more episodes, and I'm really excited to see. Like
me just get
you would just be like motherfucker. Like this game plays terribly. Like that's. But back to my point, it's like you can tell this was the last one. A lot of thought went into being like, not necessarily like it's all fan service. You know what I mean? Like for the most part, I think like the lore connections and all that stuff. Like in the way I look at it, I'm like, it's nice fan service to be like, we understand that you weren't like, as far as a lot of this lore stuff went from the first one to the second one, it kind of fell apart. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't the relations were more of like a little more graspy than I think that they wanted them to be. In my opinion, you know what I mean? Whereas this was like very obvious, like this is in the same world. Like you are literally in the place that you were in the first one, seeing dead NPCs that you saw in that, and you know, here's the fucking stray demon. Like
for no reason.
It's like exactly like those types of things. Those are nice, and I feel like that is it's a really good nostalgia point to kind of play off of for the people that care about lore, because then they can go in and look into those things and try and draw conclusions and kind of piece everything together. And why is the stray demon there? Why was Havel's armor by the stray demon after
the stray demon killed Havel after he killed those two dragons that were on
after
the
we killed Havel?
Yeah.
Those things are nice, I think, for the people that like the lore, but for people like me, it's more of just like hey, like we remember, we know you remember, and I don't want to say it's them apologizing for 2, because I don't think they would apologize for 2, but it's more like, being like,
most of like the lore comparisons that people are like drawing from based on what I'm reading on Reddit is that like the DLC from 2 is where everything, all of the connections between 1 and 3 to 2 are coming from. And it's just like, I haven't played that, so I don't know them yet. Yeah. But like maybe some of those areas would be more impactful, because I'd be like, oh shit, this is the fucking like snowy area from 2. This is insane.
Sure. Yeah. And I think like, as far as that goes, because the whole story of the B team made 2, and then for the DLC, like Miyazaki kind of just stepped in and kind of consulted or did whatever the fuck he did to be like,
slammed open the door and said, "What are you doing?
Fuck? Yeah,
what are you doing?"
Yeah. So that I think that's probably part of like that's how they're gonna tie it in. Obviously, is because a lot of people were like, the DLC in 2 is so good. The DLC in 2 like made that game worth it. Like Christian, our good friend Christian, he was on the show. He's said to me, the DLC in 2 is way better than the core game. I'll never play it, but
I mean, if we get to it eventually, I will.
Yeah, but so I think that makes sense to me that they would use that to tie it in. But as far as like the whole everything tying into one, I think it was well done. It was tasteful. Didn't feel forced. It wasn't like nostalgia for nostalgia's sake. They did a nice job of layering it in with all the new stuff, so that when you saw it, it was that oh wow moment. Like when you get like getting to Anor Londo was like an oh fuck, oh wow moment. You know what I mean? Like I was fighting those Silver Knights like on the rooftops getting there, and I'm like, this feels really familiar, and I'm like, whatever. Like it was hard, and I just sprinted through it because I kept getting fucked by all the arrows.
And then did you pull the tower down and go, oh shit?
No, I didn't even think about it when I pulled the tower down, to be honest. Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I went up the tower, and I was like, I got away from him. I hope there's a bonfire up here. That's literally what I was doing. And then I get there, and then it comes across the screen, and I was like, oh shit. And then I went up the stairs and fought through the knights, and I got to the doors, and I was like, oh, okay. And so then I was like, giant. And then I immediately went over there and found his dead body and picked up the coal and ran upstairs, and like I was like, oh whoa. So like that moment, I mean, the spinning platform didn't really tip me off. But then I don't, I haven't played Dark Souls 1 since my initial playthrough when I beat it in 2011 or whenever it came out.
Whenever that was.
Yeah.
I've played through it probably between 15 and 20 times.
Yeah, no, I played through it once.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
It's so cool.
The
Uncharted came out, which is about to come out next.
Ooh.
Anyways.
Yeah, the area right before that spinning tower, whenever like there was the same illusory wall through the king that led down to like the Gwendolyn arena from the first game. I was like, holy shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, I just spoiled it for you.
I don't know.
In Orlando, there's like a statue of Gwen, and you slash at him, and it disappears, and you go down a flight of stairs.
Is there an item down there?
That's where you get the brass armor. You did that.
Oh. See, I don't remember the arena where you fight Gwen. I thought you fought Gwen in like a weird like hell.
Gwendolyn.
Got it.
Gwendolyn.
Got it. That's the difference.
Magic guy.
Still don't remember, but
he's the dude portion of the Aldrich fight, the goopy black mess guy.
Sure. I don't remember what they looked like. I just killed them.
I didn't even learn their names.
He kept throwing spells, and I was like, I know Aldrich. He just kept throwing spells. Like, I don't have time to look at you. I've got to cut you up and go to bed.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, it was supposed to be a suicide run. That was my whole fight with that. I was always like, I'm like not embered. Like, I'm just going to run in, see this boss, because I was like, it's probably a really cool, like, nostalgic boss. And I'm like, cool. So I just sprinted past all the enemies and ran up there and went through the fog gate. And I was like, oh, and then like hit him, and I did a lot of damage. And he like did like the Vasquez spider or whatever, just teleport. And I'm like, oh, if this is a similar fight, I might be able to do this. And just kept sprinting around the room and just killed him. And then I was like, okay, cool. Good night.
Bye.
Yeah. So,
what did you think in terms of like difficulty?
It's fine.
Because I don't think it could be that we've played the Souls games so much, but the first half of the game, I don't think I died.
Maybe. I don't.
I don't think it really, like, the difficulty really ramped up until like the fourth or fifth boss.
Maybe
like Abyss Watchers.
Abyss Watchers I one shot. So I mean, yeah.
The boss?
Yeah. One
shot?
I killed him.
Oh,
in one
first try.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't kill him in one hit.
I was like, what the fuck, dude?
No, sorry.
Dude?
That's what I mean by one shot a boss. Is you go in. So, but the way I do every fight is I will get summoned 2 or 3 times to learn the fight and then go in.
Yeah.
And then depending on how hard it was and how much health they have, I will summon 1 or 2 people.
Because you had some problems with the skeleton guy, right? The big giant skeleton with the bracelets. The power bracelets, Wonder Woman?
Not on my playthrough.
Everyone else did?
Yeah.
Whenever you...
Yeah, that was... Okay. So that was... The problem with the skeleton guy was that Devin, our friend Devin told me about it, and he was like, he's a bitch. He's like, it's a weird fight. And I just... Good luck, man. And I was like, okay. So I think, did I fight him on the 24-hour stream? I think I did. So that was nearing the end.
It was later. Like so 9 or 10 a.m.
So my motor skills were like way fucking low. And I remember I was summoning people and no one knew how to do the fight. Like everyone, like the mechanic, like it is a weird fight. You know what I mean? It's not your normal, you're in an arena, fight a boss sort of thing. So, I think I got summoned like 7, 8, 9 times before I finally was like, okay. So I got this one and that one, and do the, find the rhythm and like figure out like how far down you can get close to him before you get dark damage and like the whole, that whole thing. I think I had to fight him in my game twice, 3 times maybe, just because people would get killed.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 times with me doing it solo because like I kept trying to attack his 2 bracelet arm and. In the 3rd stage, he pulls his sword out and just like fucks you up. Yeah. So then I was like, oh, maybe I should attack his sword arm first, and then I beat it on that try. Yeah. Because he's a punk bitch when you know how to do it.
Ain't got no sword.
Yeah.
As far as the difficulty goes, I think you're right about like we know how these games play. It was the same thing with Bloodborne.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I got fucked on Cleric Beast like a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember having that much trouble with Cleric Beast.
I was just being a wimp about it. I wasn't like being aggressive.
Because you were used to playing Dark Souls.
It wasn't until like the 2nd or 3rd area that I was like, oh, I don't have to worry about dying because every hit I do gives me health back.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was similar to that. Like outside of that mechanic changing, like we know how to play these games.
Yeah.
So the first boss, like the tutorial boss was like a pushover. A little bit harder. When I made my second guy, I was deprived, and it was a little bit harder. I think I had to fight him 2 or 3 times actually.
Knight was definitely like super easy starting class.
Yeah, so I think that was a big part of it for us. Is we had like great armor, a shield that has a 100% damage reduction, like to start. So I think that's a big part of it feeling easy for us. I think. Yeah. Because with my other character, I have some armor on, I started as deprived, and I'm putting a lot of points into intelligence, and I just have a regular broadsword. Yeah. It's definitely harder than it was playing through with the knight with like the axe with the dark damage, like so. I think that plays into part of it, but like as far as the difficulty goes, I think the thing that this game does that was similar to Dark Souls 1 and true in 2, but more like not as much, and definitely in Bloodborne, is that the bosses, even whether they were hard or not, were scary again. Yep. So like the Boreal Knight Ice guy.
The crawling
first
one?
Yeah, the first real boss.
Yeah, with the big-ass mace.
Yeah, I went in and was like, motherfucker. Like, I was horrified. He's huge, but not too big that you could just hit his ankles and kill him. Yeah. Like, he was like...
Tower Knight.
Yeah. He was just like running at me and swinging his mace around, and I'm like, motherfucker. Like, I'm running out of stamina. And like, the whole thing, I was just like, oh my God. Like... I think that's the big thing that Dark Souls does right. And I know Jim Sterling, I think I sent you the video, or we watched it together or something. He talked about this, and this is something that I've always thought about with the Dark Souls games, is that like the key to like these games is like they make you way more afraid than you need to be in boss fights. Like the big tree. Remember when I was fighting with those guys and they were being little punk bitches and wouldn't go hit it, so we all died? Yeah. Like that's the difficulty of the game, I think. It's not so much that it's so hard and punishing that like you can't win, or like sure you have to be careful.
And there are bosses who will punish you.
Yeah, of course.
Nameless King is springing to mind. Yeah. Fuck that guy.
True. That was a punk bitch.
But there were this time around there were a lot of bosses that had like tricks to them. Sure. Which was super awesome. It wasn't just like go up there and hit them, whenever they're weak. Mm-hmm. It was like,
which is what 2 was a lot of. You know what I mean?
It was figure out what they do, where they take the most damage, and then just get them.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of like Bloodborne did a lot of that. Like with Fire Dog, if you hit him in the face enough, you can break his armor off of his face, and then if you hit him in the face again, it does a lot more damage. There was a lot of things like that in this game, which was nice. I thought one thing that was really cool is the AI. I talked to you about this, especially early on in the game. The knights will punish backstab fishing, and they will punish turtling.
Oh, a lot.
Yeah,
very much.
But
so.
I remember like I was starting off, I was talking to our friend Ryan, and the knight just kept turning and hitting me with his shield, and I just fucking fly back, and he'd cut me open. Oh God, like that would never happen before. It's so cool.
Before you would just dance in circles.
Yeah, you would dance, and they would just kind of do the same thing and like try and kick at you or do the shield push thing and into the air, and you just keep going around them. Yeah. So that was really cool that they were able to implement that. So
that and NPC invasions. Yeah, those were like vastly stepped up. How they would drink Estus at the appropriate times, and like not leave you room to drink Estus most of the time, and they would just rush you and get you.
Yeah, you got to drink when they drink, otherwise you ain't drinking. But yeah, that was really great. I don't know, the game's pretty too.
It's very pretty
for in Dark Souls terms. You know what I mean? It's not like super beautiful. Yeah. By any means, but in a broad sense. But
yeah, if you look too close at like certain objects,
like the textures are like fucked.
Like that, even like in the background, like you can see textures are repeated over like big sections of whatever. But that's not what that's about.
No, yeah,
because there's so much happening. Like it loads the entire world every time you spawn in.
PC gaming, man.
Yeah,
why don't you get a real console thing?
60 FPS locked.
It's not locked.
I'll stick it with my 30 with dips.
With dips. I'm fine with 12 frames per second. What are you going to say?
It lets me roll better.
Yeah.
I can react in my pace.
Yep. Take my time. Slow and steady wins the race. That's what I always say.
But yeah, there's like even outside of boss fights, there's a lot of like fear involved. Like,
sure.
The smoldering lake, as soon as I got down there, I was like, whoa, this area is super fucking cool. This is like Ash Lake and then all over. And then I hear like a whistling, and then a huge fucking like spear
crashes into you into the ground.
Yeah. And then 2 more.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know what just happened. I gotta very afraid.
And then you sprint towards that door you see, and then a giant worm monster comes out of the ground, and you're like, fuck, turn around the other way, and then there's like embered crabs, like giant, and you're just like, I'm fucked. I'm dead.
This is the worst place I could have gone. But then you stumble upon like the demon ruins, and you're just like, holy shit.
See, the demon ruins was like kind of a bummer. I didn't like that area. I don't know. I felt like it was too small to be important, but like a lot of it, I was like, this is really neat because you see like statues of the Stray, Taurus, and like Capra demons, and it's just like, this is super neat. But these like bird creature enemies are super weird, and I don't really like them. Yeah, they sucked, and it felt like, because that was, I guess, Ivalice or whatever, right?
Izalith, yeah.
Izalith, there you go. So I was like Devin was like freaking out, and then like, I guess he likes cool like hell things more than I do, because I was like, I remember like the Tyrannosaurus Rex things.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, those sucked. And I remember fighting a whole bunch of Capra demons, and it being kind of hard, but I like got through it pretty quickly as far as I remember in my playthrough. So it like didn't resonate with me at all. I was just like, this area kind of sucks. Like, it's just hallways with the same fucking goat monsters again. Like, and then the bird things, which I don't like at all.
I did find this spider lady though. The spider lady. Remember her? Remember the NPC that was a spider in Dark Souls 1?
Oh, yeah, you told me about this. Does she talk, or is she dead? Or
she's dead.
Okay.
And there's a corpse on her that is a pyromancy tome.
Oh, I should probably go find that. I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the chaos pyromancies, I think.
Okay. Cool.
Which are pretty cool. They're all right.
If you cast spells.
Yeah.
But
if you cast spells, then you're a loser.
Strength build for life, easy mode, GG.
Not in this game. That was surprising, actually.
Yeah.
Strength was not easy mode in this game.
No.
A lot of the strength they're just super slow, and until late game they don't really do a whole lot of damage.
Yeah.
Well, not late game in terms of stats, but late game in terms of getting enough like chunks to level them up.
Exactly, yeah.
Because they're like pretty mediocre until
plus
you get
10.
them to plus 10.
Yeah.
And like remember how to infuse things to make them heavy or whatever.
Yeah.
But because like I played through 3/4 of the game with the broadsword because I was like, this DPS is crazy.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I still use it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, while the great sword that I have, or the ultra good sword I have now, is awesome. I love it. It does so much damage. Like, for faster enemies, it's just not worth it. Like especially now in New Game Plus, like you're probably gonna have to get it back out, because
I'm sure.
Like later in game, I feel like things aren't as fast. You know what I mean? But like in the
swamp,
undead settlement,
goat people.
Yeah, the goat people. Like, there's not a chance in hell, because it's gonna take, even with the big heavy damaging sword, 3 hits, which I have the stamina for. But if 2 enemies come at me, no way, because then I kill one of them and I've got another one and no stamina.
It's like high risk, high reward at its finest, because like you get the bonus of like being able to hit 3 or 4 enemies at once.
Sure.
But
you're probably getting
if you
hit
fuck
too.
up, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like, no questions.
Yeah.
You're just dead.
So it's it's definitely not as strong as it was in 2 or 1, which is, it's just fine, because it was,
it was a little OP.
2, I felt like I just slaughtered everything. And same in Bloodborne, even, to be honest. But we talked about this. In Bloodborne, you had the trick weapon, so you had the straight sword and the great sword. So like, I'm like, oh, well, this makes me feel right at home.
Yeah.
So,
which is exactly what we did for our first playthrough.
Yeah.
Of this.
Yeah.
Because it works.
Yeah.
It's
no,
fun.
it is. I'm still still digging it. I don't know. I kind of want to use a straight sword just because it's a little longer. So as I get my dex higher, I might look into one of those. But
the Irithyll straight sword, it does frostbite damage, and it has particle effects.
I know.
So it's super sick looking.
I know. I was like, it's probably not as strong as the regular longsword or whatever, but it's got particles.
I don't think it is.
Whatever. That's cool. It's got icy look. Icy look.
I'm going to poke you with my icicle. Just don't move, okay?
Oh, man. So I take it you like the game, too. We haven't even asked you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Now that I think about it, it kind of isn't that fun.
There are so many cool things that's led me to start thinking about different aspects of the game. Like the enemy design is fantastic. I couldn't tell you why I like it so much better than like Dark Souls 2.
I mean, you've touched on it before. It's just it's more inspired.
Like even just like the regular like dead dude enemies.
Yeah.
Seem scary. They're not just like
I think that's because this game's less brown.
That kind of makes sense.
Thinking to it now, it's a lot more like certainly there's a lot of brown and like gray tones, but there's a lot of red thrown in there. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like the color palettes feel like they threw in a lot more red basically, which is fine. But like everything in 2 just feels kind of muddy. Like I think of like the hollow enemies at the very beginning. Or like everything's just it's just all desaturated colors. Whereas this, while it's not like super bright, it feels like there's more going on. You know what I mean?
And there's like areas with definitive enemies. Like even if they're like humanoid, like in like Lothric, you fight dudes in like armor, but then you get to the swamp and you fight dudes in rags carrying big fucking sticks. That just poke you, and it's like. That's cool. Yeah. They don't just have like standard weapons.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, no, and then they're like the drowned guys or whatever they're called. Like they're with the big
crosses, the crucifixes
in that area with the big like tree weapons.
Oh yeah.
Like those guys, like they're just the hollow enemies, but they have
they have area appropriate weapons.
Yeah, and it's like so even though it's the same type of enemy, like model wise, they fight me completely different, and I have to come at this fight in a different way. I can't just block because they're gonna break my guard and then fuck me up. So, yeah,
and it just gets scarier from there.
Yeah, the Jesus monsters are fucking horrifying.
The way they just yell, it's like they're going down.
Onion Knight,
yelling tender.
There's an Onion Knight in this game.
Yeah,
he's cool.
He helps you fight the first dragon. Not the dragon, the demon.
The hell demon.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Those are scary.
I saw that from the top of the tower and I was like, nope. No thanks.
But you met him there and took him out?
Because on the way down the elevator, I heard him go,
Yeah, I didn't. Like, I mean, I was on the stream, so I had a different friend, Devin. He was like, hey, yo, go roll off halfway. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, and then my stepbrother was like, yeah, did you fight the Satan monster? I was like, I have no clue what you're talking about.
That could be a number of things.
I was like, I don't want to fight it. I don't want to fight anything you're referring to as the Satan monster. And then I saw him like, that is most certainly a Satan monster.
So, would you recommend this game to people who haven't played 1 or 2 or Bloodborne?
Yeah. Sure. Definitely.
I would too, but only if they're ready. I would say...
I mean, I don't know what that means.
I would just, preface it. Because you know how, whenever you told me I need to play Demon Souls, you were like, it's really fucking hard, but it's really incredibly worth it whenever you, make progress. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds like something that would be rewarding.
Sure.
And then I almost quit the game, and you were like, don't.
I don't remember that at all. And so I'm glad I did it, I guess.
It was over a summer, whatnot.
Yeah.
And I was at my parents' house, and you were like, no, you could do it. Because I couldn't play online because the internet connection sucks.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll keep trying.
You just got to get that sticky compound blow plus 10 and then farm the wraiths on the storm ruler area. I did that. Yep. That's how you win. That's how you beat the game. You do that for 2 hours, you level up 40 times, and then you beat the game. Because the boss is going to steal 20 of your levels anyway, so he'll bring you right back down.
Dude, man, can you imagine if they brought that back and world tendency?
I'd be down.
I'd be so down.
Yeah.
Last boss takes you down to fucking 16 levels because you keep getting his grab attack.
I mean,
people would rage so hard, and I'd just be like,
whatever.
Feed me your tears.
Whatever. Yeah, no, I'd be fine with that. But, Souls community would be like, if you can't fucking do it, you're a bitch. Get good. I mean, you can be upset. That's fine. That's totally okay. It's fine to think some parts are hard. I think I don't know. I don't want to talk about the community right now. We're talking about the game
specifically. Yeah. I would say people should play this game, but only if they I wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, it's pretty casual.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go to oh,
you like God of War? Yeah, you'd love this game.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, do you like waiting?
Do you wish God
and being scared?
Yeah, do you wish God of War was a little harder? Sure, you should try this. I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. I mean, granted, I recommended it to my dad and he loved it. Well, he played Dark Souls 1, so
that makes sense.
That's he likes these kind of games, but the only thing I worried is that it would be too mechanically challenging for him, just because his quick reflexes aren't quite there. So yeah, as far as playing Dota or something, something that takes a lot of mechanical timing and things like that. He's, sorry, Dad, but you ain't got it, and you know that. So
yeah, I'd say. I mean, there are easier builds than others. So I think...
Sure, I didn't tell him how to play, though, either. So I have no clue what he did. He may have done, quality or something that was easy. I'm not sure.
The game is accessible to almost everyone, I'd say. Someone beat the game on a Guitar Hero controller.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the games they're thought of as way harder than they are, I think. Mm-hmm. So, that's not a problem. But I...
just realize that you're punished for your mistakes.
No.
That's all it is.
Pretty much.
Your actions
I'm not gonna.
Consequence.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let that keep me from recommending it. I'd recommend this game. I'd probably recommend Bloodborne more than this game. I think Bloodborne is the superior game, personally. After beating it and getting everything, I would say Bloodborne's the superior game.
Do you think it's because it's a standalone, and Dark Souls 3 relies a little too much on nostalgia?
No, I don't think so. I just think that I genuinely think that the regen mechanic is borderline fucking genius. Yeah. Part of that might be because when we heard about it, it was so frightening, and playing it was this is how games are meant to be played. That game couldn't be it without that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that to me is just it made that game what it was. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If they had slow health regen over time, or maybe they gave you 5 more fucking stabby things, or whatever, blood vials or whatever the fuck they call them, that would change everything. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know, that to me, it just that, and just the world and everything that they had was it was just much more fun to me, I think. So now, I mean, they're both fantastic games, but I would probably recommend that to people before 3, not by a long shot. You know what I mean? So if someone's I really like Game of Thrones, I'd be play Dark Souls 3. If someone says I really like Castlevania, I'd play Bloodborne. Or if someone was I really like action RPGs, I'd say play Bloodborne.
Or Fallout 4.
Yeah.
So,
see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, definitely. Kind of, depending on your taste, you'll like one or the other more.
Yeah, exactly. But
they're similar enough, but they're also different enough that
you can definitely discern the two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're
probably like both, but
yeah. I imagine if you like one, you will like the other.
Yeah.
But I can't say that for everyone.
So, if you had to rank them right now, how would you rate the Souls-borne games? In your mind?
That's hard.
It's real hard.
So Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2. But this is similar to being well, can you rank your top 5 favorite Final Fantasies? And well, they're all Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, and Dark Souls 1 and 3 even are like, I'd put them in that order, but like I'm not saying like Bloodborne's a 10 out of 10, like, Demon Souls is a 9 out of 10, Dark Souls, like it's not like that. They're not like vastly different.
10, 9.99.
Yeah, like it's
9.98.
Yeah, so like I mean Bloodborne is definitively, I think it's like,
I think Bloodborne and Demon Souls are both masterpieces.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm saying. So like Demon Souls is the thing. The thing with Demon Souls is, you know, a lot of people love Dark Souls probably the most because that was their entry point. And that's what it is. Demon Souls, there was nothing in Demon Souls, and similar to Bloodborne, like Demon Souls, like we learned the mechanics of these games because of Demon Souls.
Yeah.
And
which was by far the most punishing game of the series.
Yeah. Most definitely. And we learned the mechanics of Bloodborne through Bloodborne. So when Bloodborne 2 comes out, which I'm almost 99% sure that's going to be their next game.
We're not doing Dark Souls anymore.
Exactly. They're going to do Bloodborne again because Sony's going to fucking make them.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm totally okay with them doing another Bloodborne and then their sci-fi game, you know, whatever.
Oh, please let it be real.
Yeah, I mean, people are just saying it, so maybe, I don't know.
Space Souls.
It's going to be
Dark
like
Space.
Armored Core Souls, as Patrick Levick said. But no, so like, yeah, like those games introduced those mechanics that we fell in love with. So I think like that's like the epitome, like that is the number, that's going to take the number one spot. Dark Souls like took those mechanics and made them better. You know what I mean? The game like played better, was less floaty, like the world was, you know, not as dark, the graphics were better, like everything, you know what I mean, was like higher production value in Dark Souls over Demon Souls.
Yeah.
But Demon Souls has its number one place in my heart.
That, and like there were so many, like the depth of Demon Souls was crazy. Like talking about world tendency.
That shit was weird. So I mean, I never played Demon Souls to the point of like I'm collecting all the rings and shit right now in Dark Souls 3. Like, didn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
At all. World Tendency barely fucked with it.
It fucked with me because, like, I couldn't co-op with people, but, like, being connected to the online still had that affect my world.
Yeah.
And, like, going into a place with pure black world tendency is not fun.
True. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that was a thing. So, you know, I remember the big thing, like, I mean, I played that when it first came out. I had a friend, Jasper, who got Demon Souls, and I don't want to get too far off Dark Souls 3, but he got it day one. If I told you the story where we couldn't get past the bridge.
Yeah.
And, like, I was like, this game's fucking stupid. had a friend, Devin, who told me about it, and this was maybe 6 months later or so. He was like, yeah, man, like, it's so much fun. Like, you just got to get this bow and then go to the spot and just farm, and then you get super strong. And I was like, okay. So I got it, and like it just clicked. You know what I mean? Like, I think he may have just been like, yeah, you just got to like time everything. And I was like, oh, you just got to time it. So like I waited, and I'd wait for them to swing the hollow or whatever the fuck they were, the skeletons or whatever. And then I'd swing and hit them like, oh, this makes sense. And then just like fucking went. And then threw fire bombs at a big shielded ooze monster and was like, oh. And then got to the Tower Knight and was like, okay, what do I do? And then went from there. So those moments are, you know, the dragon god shooting those ballistas at him. I was like,
chaining him down.
This was cool.
Like, stay in your volcano.
Yeah, this was cool. Which we had fights like that, kind of. You know, with the storm ruler, the giant, that was neat. You know, like you were saying, with the bosses. But yeah, I'd recommend it. This game's great.
Yeah, I would say Demons, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1 are all interchangeable for the top spot. Well, maybe less so Dark Souls, but Dark Souls and Dark Souls 3.
I feel like, and that's the thing.
Very
it's
good.
Really.
It's like, it's amazing the amount of quality From Software has put out in 3 different series.
Yeah.
Like, I've never played Armored Core or whatever. I played Eternal Ring. It was whatever.
I played
it was a silly PS2 game. I've never played Kingsfield either. But like,
don't. I played it when I was a kid. It was horrifying. I mean, it was before like Miyazaki.
Yeah.
I think, if I'm remembering correctly. But my dad bought that game, and I that's how I got him to play Dark Souls. Actually, so I was like, "Remember Kingsfield?" And he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Cool. They've got good games now.
But anyways, yeah, like 3 different series, all super high quality.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's From Software is definitely on my trusted developer list.
Pre-order all their games.
Steelcase edition, you get cool shit like this.
No, you don't. You get cool shit like this.
Which is the best steel case I have ever seen.
Do you see this on the back?
Fuck.
It's got the cool knight on the back. It's this guy.
Yeah. Without his Skymatars.
Well, anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with us today. This has been another episode of, I almost said PlayStation Plus Double Crown. Whew.
Nope, that's our Tuesday show.
Well, our last Tuesday show. Not next Tuesday, because it's not. This has been an episode of Double Crown Talk Time.
Talking about Dark Souls 3.
It's been good. It's a great game. Go buy it. Pre-order it if you can't, but post-order it.
Post-order it. Get it in the mail.
Yeah. You can catch us on Twitter. I am @_Nablith.
And I am @_Matthew Creek.
You guys have a good one. Bye.
Goodbye.